Hey guys, welcome back to Echo FX. All right, so happy new week. I hope last week was pretty amazing. Hope you were able to take advantage of the growing volatility that is coming into the market, due to the fact that we have a newly elected president, US president, all right, which is Donald Trump. All right, so hope you're able to take advantage of the volatilities and you're also able to make some good returns from the market. All right, if you watched our previous weekly overview, definitely you should have made something from the market because the outlook was projecting towards a strong dollar, right? That means you're going to be shorting all instrument that has the dollar as the quote and has the dollar as the base. What I mean by that is dollar or instrument that have dollar as the quotes. We're talking about Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD USD, NZD USD. You should be shorting such instrument and instrument that has dollars the base like USD JPY, USD CHF, USD CAD, that's the USD Canadian dollar. You should be buying or you should be bullish on such instruments. All right. So last week was pretty amazing. A lot of money was made last week. So if you're not trading at this time, I don't know what you're waiting for. You should actually jump and start making some good money for yourself. All right, so if you are still with me to this present moment and you're here to click on the subscribe button, come on, click on the subscribe button just below the video. All right, like the video, share with your friends, share with your co-traders. If you have a group or a channel, drop the link there. All right, so let's all have an overview of what to expect in the market in the coming weeks or this coming week. All right, so we can take advantage and make some good money for ourselves. So share with your friends and also put down in the comment section what you're learning, or if there's something you want us to imbibe into the video, put it down in the comment section because we're looking and we're going to surely pay attention to such addition. All right. So let's go straight into the video, guys. Like we always do, we look at the fundamental aspect because we know that fundamentals are what pushes or propels or fuels technicals. All right, so let's look at what to expect for the new week. So last week we're going to be looking at a lot of highlights. All right, so this week we're going to be having a speech from the Bank of Japan Governor Ueda. All right, he's going to be giving a speech on further overview on the interest rate in the Japanese region. All right, so there could be some potential yen intervention. What that means is the Bank of Japan interfering or influencing the global market in terms of yen. So what they do is that they release bonds, like government bonds, to the public and they buy it back, signaling a lot of strength to the Japanese yen. And we're going to look at that just when we go into the technical. So there was a lot of strength in the Japan or to the Japan on Friday. All right, this is the last day of the trading week. So we'll look at that just shortly. Right. So on Tuesday we're having CPI. The major news we're having on Tuesday is CPI from the Canadian zone. Then going into Wednesday, 20th of November, we're having CPI also from the Great Britain pound zone or the UK region. All right. On Thursday, we're going to be having another speech, although it's tentative, another speech from the Japanese region. Then we're going to be having a speech also from the Australian bank, from the Reserve Bank of Australia, the governor. All right. Then we're going to be having unemployment claims from the US region. That's on Thursday. And then lastly, on Friday, a lot of red folder news. We're having retail sales, flash manufacturing PMI from the Eurozone, the GBP zone, and also the US zone. Now we're having retail sales from the Canadian zone over here. Then we're having a speech also. So a lot of bank, all right, a lot of bank governors or chairman, you're going to be having a speech to give further overview or closing speech of inflation and interest rates. The year is coming to an end, so we need to have an overview of what to expect for year 2025. So you're going to be having such speech. So lastly, we have the Swiss National Bank. The chairman is going to be having a speech also. All right, so this is just a brief rundown of the fundamentals for this week. All right, so let's go into the technicals. Hope you're prepared for that. All right. So, um, I mean, it's a ritual we always do. We first of all look at the dollar index because dollar index is what gives us an idea of what to expect in other markets. All right, because we analyze major instruments and major commodities and also major indices, and the dollar influences most of them. All right. So I skipped one thing. Let me just go back a little bit. If you trade to the stock market or the indices market, you want to pay attention to earning reports. All right. So the highlight for this week in regards to earning reports is earning reports from Nvidia. All right. So Nvidia is actually is one of the major drivers of the S&P 500 and also the Nasdaq. All right. So and they're having their earning reports this week. So you should actually pay attention because it's going to give a lot of momentum to it. The Nvidia stock itself, it's going to give in a lot of momentum to US 100 or Nasdaq and also US 500 or the S&P 500. All right, so let's continue video. All right, so the dollar has been massively gaining a lot of strength, guys, a lot of strength. If you're not buying the dollar right now, I don't know what else you're buying. All right, I don't know what else you're buying. You should actually be bullish on the dollar right now, even going into year 2025. So the dollar has been massively, massively, massively strong. Right, has been massively strong. So although it's presently sitting on a resistance region on a higher time frame. All right, it's sitting on a resistance region on a higher time frame over here. You can clearly see that over here. So it has currently approached this zone, right? Currently approached this zone. So we need to carefully, more or less like we need to be careful and watch out how price responds or react to this region. All right, so you need to really, really be patient to see how price reacts to this region. So let's go to the daily. All right, so we can see a slight sell-off on Friday, due to the fact that it's a major resistance or a major supply zone. So definitely we're going to be seeing a lot of or a lot of people shorting the dollar around this region. All right, so but remember the momentum or the bullish momentum is still very, very present and is also fueled by a lot of fundamentals. Trump, they're looking at the Trump winning the election, fundamentals from the Federal Reserve. All right, the Federal Reserve are giving hints of halting, or they are being hawkish on interest rate. That means they are pausing interest rate cuts, and it is actually good for the U.S. economy. All right, so which signals further strength to the dollar. Right, so although we need to be patient because technical is also is a very, very important thing to also look at. You can see how the markets rallied all the way to the downside from that region. All right, got to that same region again, shied away down to the back to the downside, and it's currently on that region. So at this point I would be very, very patient on what to do. So if I want to keep buying the dollar, what I would ideally expect is you wait for price to break above the zone, break and close above. Once you see a break and close above this region, yeah, you can take a sell and your stop loss should be below the zone. Sorry, take a buy. All right, so I'm still very, very much bullish on the dollar. So easy. If price breaks above, just take a buy, a straight buy. All right. But if you see price struggling, maybe a candle close, a bearish candle close around this region, then you can start looking for selling positions. But don't stay too long because the sales are just going to be a gamble because you need to be patient for structure to change. What I mean by that is you need to be patient for the market to start showing a lot of bullish, bearish momentum, selling momentum before you decide to, stay strongly in your short positions. But if not, guys, just wait for a break above, take a buy, and follow the market further up. All right, so let's go forward. Let's look at Euro USD. So, like I always tell you guys, Euro USD is a and it's the opposite of dollar index. All right, so whatever you see on dollar index, if you see the weekly on dollar index and see the weekly on Euro USD, you can see a lot of inverse similarities. Yeah, inverse similarities. So let's look at it also. So the same thing we anticipated on the dollar index is the same thing, or is the opposite to be anticipating on Euro USD. All right. So that means we want to see a break above Euro USD, a break below this region, sorry, a break below this resistance, then we can take further sales on Euro USD. If not, if you see any buys, then if you see bullish momentum around this region, you can just take a very, very short buy to the upside. All right. So a break below this region. All right. A break below this region. Yeah. So you can take your sales below this region. You can take your sales further to the downside. All right. But if not, look for or wait for buying opportunities to the upside. So let's look at USD CAD quickly. So USD CAD also has been giving a lot of bullish momentum to the upside, right? Because the dollar has been very, very strong. So easy. And let's look at it quickly from this point. So you can see that USD CAD has recently broken above those highs. All right, this preview high. So what you want to be doing is actually looking for more buys. Easy, more buys. Where do you buy from ideally though? Where do you buy from? So let's look at it from a lower time frame. So it will be asking too much for a lot of retracement into this region. So you want to just wait for maybe on the 1 hour time frame, any little retracement, something like this, just buy. Any little retracement, just buy. All right, any little retracement, just buy. So looking for just further buys on USD CAD. All right, so those are the two major instruments I have my eyes on for this week. All right, so let's look at gold also. So gold has experienced its major, fall, or a major fall in a very, very long time. Since the beginning of this year, you can see gold has just been rallying up, right? So you can see this is February 2024, this is January, around this region. So you can see since January till this period, or to last month, you can see gold has been rallying to the upside. So, but due to the fact that Trump won the election and dollar has been gathering or gaining a lot of attractiveness, all right, we see investors pulling out of gold, and the the gold selling massive. This is the longest sell that has ever happened this month, or this year rather, on gold. So what do we anticipate? Let's pick out our key level. All right, guys. So sorry about that. All right. So as I was saying, the gold has actually been very strong. So you can see from the beginning of the year till last month, you can see the gold on rally has been really, really massive. But since the announcement of the newly elected U.S. president, gold has been rallying to the downside. So this is the biggest rally to the downside since the beginning of the year, and honestly, that is going to actually continue because the dollar is still very, very strong. So what I will anticipate for the new week is, I've marked out the first key level here and another one below. So a little retracement into this region, you can actually look for short positions on gold, and follow it all the way to the downside. So I'm ideally looking at gold achieving around 2.5 at least, 2475 before the end of the year. Yeah, at least 2475 before the end of the year. All right, so let's look at it on the 4 hour time frame too. So yeah, all time frames actually still, looking or are showing a lot of downsides on gold. Check the 4 hours, you can see the bearish momentum is still very strong. So you should see any retracement into this region, you can short gold, right? Or if price breaks below this low. So if price breaks below this low, you can still short gold in case the market doesn't retrace before it comes down. So if it breaks below the last low, which is around here, you can short gold for the down. All right, so let's check the 1 hour also. The 1 hour also still looks the same. All right, still looks good, still very very strong to the downside, as you can clearly see. So I'm bearish on gold for the new week. So lastly, we'll be looking at US 100. All right, so on Friday there was a major sell-off on all indices. All right, and I will explain why. So you can see a major, so let me go to the daily time frame. All right, so you can see on the daily time frame that the US 100 sold massively, right? And that was because, or that was due to the announcement from the Federal Reserve on being hawkish on interest rates. High interest rates isn't really good for companies, because when they lend money, all right, they have to return or pay back that money with a higher interest. All right, so a low interest rate is actually good for any company, especially low cap companies. All right, so that was one of the major reasons why the sell off happened on US 100. But honestly looking, I believe it's just a an opportunity to buy more. All right, to buy at a lower price. All right, so but first of all, I'm looking at a possible continuous sell off into this region over here. All right, over here, around this region here. All right, so you can see that there is a demand region around here. All right, let me go to the 4 hours, okay. You can see how price has responded in the past around here, and then we got there, pulled up, got there again, pulled up. So if it gets into this region, then looking for buys. All right, so but before it gets there, can we find a selling opportunity? Definitely we can. All right, so if you look at this region over here, you can see that this is a resistance point. Right, is a resistance point. So any which way, if price comes here, you can short down here. If price comes here first, you can buy all the way to the upside. So depending on what the market does first. So if it comes here first, you buy to the upside. If it comes here first, you sell to the downside. All right, so that is as easy as that on US 100. All right, so that it's a wrap for today on the weekly analysis. So if you stay with us to the end of the video and you're yet to subscribe, still uh please click on the subscribe button. Come on, subscribe to the channel, support the channel, like the video. I mean, getting all of this for free, right? So because we're making money together, so subscribe so you get um um more of this information, all right, or more of these videos, all right. So like the video also, you can even put on the notification bell, so anytime we upload our videos, you get notified by YouTube. All right, and also share with your friends, share with your co-traders. If you have a group or a channel, share it there also. And also put down in the comment section what you want us to dive into our videos. All right, so that's a wrap for today, guys. Have a great and a profitable week. Cheers and bye for now.